Friends, we have started the chapter suspension bridge and cables. So in that we have seen how to find out the shape of the cable when point load is acting, what are the different components of the suspension bridge. So today we will see the behavior of the cable when it is subjected to uniformly distributed load. Cable subjected to uniformly distributed load. So now in the suspension bridge we have seen that the number of suspenders are attached to the main suspension cable, and load from the suspension bridge is first transferred to the suspender, and then suspender will transfer it to the main cable. So main cable, see, this is your main cable, and let us say these are the suspenders. So there are number of suspenders attached to the suspension cable. So that's why suppose there is a point load on the deck slab. So point load on the deck slab is again transferred to the suspender and then suspended to the suspension cable in the form of uniformly distributed load. Because the number of suspenders attached to the main cable are too large, so that's why it is taken as a uniformly distributed load on the suspension cable. So that's why it is essential or necessary to study the behavior of the cable under the uniformly distributed load, because this case is most common case in the analyzing suspension bridge, in the analyzing the stiffening girder. Okay, so we'll see. Now say a simple suspension cable subjected to uniformly distributed load W Newton per meter, and central dip of the cable is, let us say, H. The difference between distance between support A and B is small l. I have shown over here. So now this VA and VB, these are the vertical reaction at the support, and H is the horizontal thrust. Now first of all we will calculate the VA and VB, VA and VB. See, now this cable is subjected to UDL over a span of length L. We have to calculate the VA and VB. So the load is symmetrical, so the reactions will remain same. VA should be equal to VB, and it should be equal to WL divided by 2, as like your simply supported beam. Suppose the simply supported beam is there and it is subjected to W kilonewton or Newton per meter, and the span is, let us say, L. So in that case reaction will be WL by 2 and WL by 2 on both sides. So like that, here also reaction will be equal to WL by 2. Now this is your vertical reaction. Next you have to calculate the value of H, that is horizontal thrust. So again we will apply the principle of cable, that is bending moment at any location in the cable should be equal to 0. So we will apply that and we will calculate the value of H. So we will calculate the bending moment at this location, let us say this is C, center of the cable, where central deep is H. This depth of the cable from the horizontal line is H. We will calculate the moment about C. Now we will consider the moment on the left side of the section. So first moment is moment due to VA, VA multiplied by distance L by 2. Then H, H multiplied by distance small h. Now see, this VA will cause a clockwise movement, so that's why I have written positive, and this H will cause anti-clockwise movement, so that's why I have written negative. Then movement due to this UDL, W into this span L by 2, and it will act at the L by 4 distance, and this will cause, again this is downward, so this will cause anti-clockwise movement, so minus equal to 0. So what is the value of VA? VA is WL by 2 into L by 2 minus H into H, WL square divided by 8 equal to 0. So it gives H into H is equal to WL square by 4 minus WL square by 8. If you solve this, you will get H is equal to WL square divided by 8H. So WL square by 4 plus minus WL square by 4 plus WL square by 8 this will be WL square divided by 8. Here h multiplied by h, so h will be on the right side in the denominator, so h will become WL square divided by 8h. So next is tension in the cable. So how to calculate the tension in cable when the UDL is applied? So tension in cable. So this is your shape of the cable, and let us say this is T. So tension in the cable at section we can calculate as, this is vertical shear V and this is horizontal thrust H. So it can be calculated as T is equal to under root V square plus H square. We can calculate T, tension in a cable at any point, will be equal to V square plus H square, where V is the beam shear, H is the horizontal thrust. Now see, this beam shear will be maximum at the support, 0 will at the center, and again maximum at the support. So, and this H, it is horizontal thrust, we can calculate WL square divided by 8H. So here this H, it will remain constant irrespective of any point. It will remain constant throughout the cable. So H value will remain constant, only V value will change. So when V value will be maximum, tension will be maximum. When V will be less or 0, tension will be minimum. Okay. So T max will be equal to V max square plus H. So V max vertical shear maximum, so maximum shear will be at the support. So maximum shear V max will be equal to shear force at support A. So shear force at support A, if you consider here, so it is nothing but the VA, that is WL by 2. Okay. So if you substitute over here, you will get WL by 2 bracket square and WL square divided by 8H. So this is maximum tension. So now tension minimum, when V will be 0, tension will be minimum. So when V is 0, so it is 0 plus H square, so it gives E minimum. Okay. So T max can be calculated as V max plus H square, V max square plus H square, and T minimum is nothing but the equal to horizontal thrust. Okay. So this is how we can calculate the tension in the cable as well as horizontal thrust when uniformly distributed load is applied. Next, how to calculate the length of the cable. I will write here the direct formula to calculate the length of the cable. In this case, so length of the cable can be calculated as L is equal to small l plus 8 square. So this is how we can calculate the total length of the cable, length of the curve, where L is the span, distance between A to B, H is the central D. So L plus 8H square divided by L. And if equation of this parabolic curve or the equation of this parabolic shape of the cable will be equal to y is equal to 4hx into bracket L minus x divided by L square. So this is the equation of cable, or equation of this curve shape. So what we have seen in this lecture, when uniformly distributed load is there, So how to calculate the horizontal thrust? Horizontal thrust can be calculated as WL square divided by 8H. VA and VB will be equal to WL divided by 2. Tension in a cable at any point can be calculated as V square plus H square under root V square plus H square. Maximum tension will occur at the support, that is T max, and it will be equal to T max is equal to V max square plus H square. So WL by 2 bracket square plus WL square divided by 8H bracket square. So minimum tension will be at the point where shear force is 0. So when the shear force is 0, T minimum will become equal to H. So T minimum is equal to horizontal thrust. Then length of the cable can be calculated as L plus 8H square divided by 3L, and equation of this curve or equation of the cable is equal to 4HX into bracket L minus X divided by L square. So these are the characteristics of the cable when it is subjected to uniformly distributed load.